Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR today. It is finally May 14th, 2021. The man they call Meathead, brought to you by the man they call Matthew Thomas. Good morning, Matthew.
Good morning, Meathead. Actually, a little bit earlier morning than it normally is.
It is a little bit early. I mean, you can see the butt crack of dawn, can't you? And the butt crack of her friend Shantae.
Yeah, not QT Marshalls.
No, not the butt crack of QT Marshall, because we don't need that. Or the butt crack of anybody from FTR. But let's move on from cracks, and let's talk about our sponsor, Matthew Thomas. Go. And make it quick, Matthew Thomas.
Collar and elbow brand for all of your clothing and apparel needs. collarandelbowbrand.com. Promo code Linda K, LINDAKAY to save 10%.
There you go. I feel like you're on speed today or something, because that was nice and quick, crisp.
I'm getting the hang of it. You know, it took me a little while to understand, you know, because there's a lot going on there, and you know, I didn't want the audience to be confused. You know, the very last thing I want to do is to confuse the audience, because I mean, a lot of people are listening to us while they drive or while they're bathing, like I do the days that.
Or while they're taking a nap, like I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I listen to you and Linda. You know, that's part of my daily shower routine.
Okay, let's talk about my daily talk on Friday mornings before a pay-per-view, and let's talk about the pay-per-view. But first, let us talk a little bit of wrestling news. Zelina Vega, formerly of Team Longtime and WWE, released because of the third-party thing that she had going on with Twitch, may be in the works to be coming back to WWE. Your thoughts on Zelina Vega, and what might she do when she returns?
Yeah, I think it's a wise move. I don't necessarily think it's a situation that should have happened originally. And whenever she does come back, man, I hope she's featured prominently. I hope we get to see her in actual in-ring action that we did not get much of when she was there. She was mainly there in valet form. And so, yeah, I'd like to see her start immediately as a performer.
So we did see Zelina really carry the first half of the COVID era, if you will, before she was let go with Andrade, with Mr. Flower off the poop shoot, Angel Garza, and we saw her carrying those guys around. But she really in real life is married to Aleister Black. Is there something that maybe she could do with Aleister, or is she going to be a singles competitor? Who knows? We'll see what's happening. WWE is going to be hitting the road soon, so I would see her eventually going to SmackDown to stay on the same show, so that way when they have different touring shows, that she'll be on there as well. So, all right, we got Zelina Vega on the way back. Also, let's talk about something from AEW. Remember AEW Revolution and that big street fight that they had between Sting and Darby versus, Cage and Starks?
Yes, I do.
Apparently, that entrance that Darby and Sting did, where they were driving in the old pickup truck and the cassette tape, they got pulled over by the cops 3 times filming that in Jacksonville. That is amazing.
and I mean, and the thing of it is too, like, these dudes are in full freaking costume.
Literally, here's Darby Allin's quote. They saw me skating down the street. It was like 3 a.m, and I was in my face paint speeding in a truck, and they were like, "What's going on here?" I was like, "It's for professional wrestling, AEW." 3 times pulled over by the cops. Unbelievable. Did they not? I mean, get it? There was another car filming them?
Fantastic.
I mean, of course, it looked like it was 3 a.m. because the streets were empty. But I mean, that entrance was fantastic. So, Sting and Darby, outliers of the law. One more bit of news that I forgot to mention to you pre-show, but let's talk about it. Fox is polling fans on who should be on the cover of WWE's 2K22. Looks like right now it's Drew McIntyre, Sasha Banks leading the charge to be the cover of the new video game coming out for next season.
Sounds about right. And honestly, with the year Drew had, it'd be nice to see him get the front of a video game.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about what's coming up tonight, this weekend, and really this Sunday for all of us here at PWR today. First off, tonight is SmackDown. Really, it's the go-home show. I don't expect to see too much movement. I think we're already where we need to be with the pay-per-view this Sunday. Let's talk about first. On Sunday, we're going to have at, I believe it's 3 Eastern, 2 Central, PWR Live will be doing PWR Today's Draft. It is time for the 21-22 season of the PWR Draft. Your champion, the man they call Meathead, and the also-rans, Matthew Thomas and Linda Kay. Just kidding, my partners in crime. We will be doing a 3-person draft this year, and that all gets kicked off 3 Eastern, 2 Central. We will be doing live. Keep an eye on our socials for the location of where to watch this. It will be saved for you to watch later. But Matthew Thomas, it is draft weekend. Do you have your team ready to go?
Oh, I've got my team ready to go. I've got all of these various scenarios that can, potentially take place. I've been practicing in some mock drafts. My goodness,
I wondered if
I'm,
you were doing mock drafts. I mean, how
yeah,
many mock drafts are you getting going?
yeah. I've got about 7 right now.
Okay, Ruxin.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, I'm going into this. I'm going into this with some preparation. I've got back issues
Preparation H, of course.
of the PWR 500 man. I may or may not have put in a call to Meltzer. It's man. There's a lot of
who you should go to for all your wrestling information? Bubba the Love Sponge, because apparently he knows everything about wrestling. That's why he's in documentaries.
And I've paid for the premium membership over there at thedirtysheets.com.
Thedirtysheets.com.
I mean, they get the dirt, man. They get the inside scoop. And they've actually been performing a little bit better than Buckle Banner recently. So that's been my go-to.
Yeah, funny you say that. I'm glad that we got the maid from the Family Guy, Consuela. No. Cleaning all the dirty sheets. Let's talk about WrestleMania Backlash, all right? It's coming up this Sunday after the PWR draft. Here's the matches that we have so far announced. Damien Priest and The Miz in a Lumberjack match. According to PWR Today's Draft, that will be a specialty match. Anybody that appears in the Lumberjacks will get specialty match points. Matthew Thomas, Damien Priest and The Miz, who you got?
I think this is designed for Damien Priest. Damien Priest was buddies with Bad Bunny for a while and kind of shared that WrestleMania spotlight with Bad Bunny, but this is Damien Priest coming out party. Look for Damien Priest to go over strong.
There was talk that Damien Priest, if the Bad Bunny angle and story since Royal Rumble up to WrestleMania didn't go well, that Damien Priest might have been on the way out. But Damien Priest was an absolute star in there. Bad Bunny was the star. The Miz was the star, and John Morrison did a great job as well. That angle couldn't have gone better. They literally got every drop out of that thing that they could. So I agree. Damien Priest goes over huge in this. I feel Johnny Juice or Juicy Johnny or Johnny Drip Drip or whatever his name is. I feel there's something coming between The Miz and Johnny.
Yeah. And they teased it a little bit that week that Maurice was back, and we really haven't seen it again since, but the seeds have been planted. And I think we eventually go there because as fun as they've been together, you both have standout singles competitors in both of these guys. So I think that is maybe we get a additional seeds planted here at the pay-per-view this Sunday.
Juicy Johnny's going to plant his seed? Ooh,
yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. There's going to be like Johnny Appleseed.
Oh, gross. All right, SmackDown Tag Champions Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode will take on the father-son team of Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. I feel the writing's on the wall. Will WWE swerve us?
No, I don't think so. This is designed for the feel-good moment of having apparently the first ever
moment by the Gorillas.
Yes, that's exactly what it's designed for. To have the first ever WWE father-son tag team, which seems very surprising that hasn't happened in the WWE, but apparently that's the story they're telling us, and I think that's where we go here.
Okay. Universal Champion Roman Reigns taking on the King of Swing. Do we get a shock Cesaro win against Roman Reigns, or is this the quote-unquote Frank Cosentino temperature check?
Yeah, I think there's going to be some foreheads felt here. That's a way of checking temperature. That's what I meant by that.
Okay.
So, if you asked me this question at SummerSlam, if we were going into SummerSlam with Cesaro and Reigns, I think I may have a different answer or might have to think about it a little bit longer. But WrestleMania Backlash, Cesaro, making his way up to the main event picture, I just think I don't foresee it happening at WrestleMania Backlash. I think that Roman's going to retain here.
To answer the question between the tag team champions and the Mysterios, I feel that Ziggler and Rude are going to sneak this one out.
Oh,
I honestly
okay.
see that happening. So I'm calling Ziggler and Rude, and I'm going to say that it's Cesaro.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to say Cesaro. I'm going to take these two. These are my underdog super duper master locks of the week. These are my picks, and these are where I'm going.
You got some bold predictions.
Yep. I mean, I'm not saying that the team they call Meatheads will be adding Cesaro to it, but I'm saying Cesaro might be walking out with that championship due to Jimmy Uso.
Oh, man, I would not mind it. I would not mind it in the slightest.
Because Jay had his program with Roman. Now maybe it's
Uh-huh.
time for Jimmy to have his program with Roman.
Interesting.
Okay. Let's talk about the Raw Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley, Asuka, and Charlotte Flair in a triple threat match. You know who I'm taking in this one. Let me hear who you got.
I think this might be where the surprise comes into play. I could, about 50-50, see a scenario here where Charlotte walks away with the title. And a bit
Is
of an
this a
underhanded.
Tribe Called Quest? Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's that scenario?
No, this is Matthew Thomas. This is not.
Okay.
This is not. There's nobody else here. No other
All right.
tribes
Go
with me.
ahead. Yeah,
No.
go ahead, Q-Tip.
So yeah, I'm going Charlotte here, and I think I got you in the other two that you predicted a little while ago. So that's why I'm gonna. I still think there's a good shot that Rhea retains, but I see a probability here, a scenario, if you will, where Charlotte walks away with it. So I'm going to go Charlotte just to be a little bit different than the man they call Meathead.
Not that I don't like Asuka, because I do like Asuka, and there's pictures out there now circulating without the makeup on Asuka. Yeah, all right, nice job, Asuka. But your winner, still champion Rhea Ripley. She just had some new merchandise launched at Target. She's got her action figures out there now. SmackDown Women's Champion Bianca Belair, the EST, taking on the Bayley. Bayley. Does Bayley take it off of Bianca Belair? I don't think Bianca Belair. I think this one is Bianca Belair's to lose, and I think she maintains and retains.
100%. And the MDT of PWR says Bianca Belair.
Okay. Finally, WWE Champion Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman. One of these three gentlemen will be leaving with the WWE Championship. I do not see Drew McIntyre getting it, but I really don't see Braun Strowman getting it. I think the money is on Bobby Lashley, but if he does lose it, he loses it to McIntyre.
Yeah, I think Lashley's retaining here because I don't think you have Lashley go over decisively like you did of McIntyre at WrestleMania to have him lose it here. I see Lashley retaining, and I see a potential program one-on-one between McIntyre and Strowman after this.
Okay. Now, it's not fair that we don't have Linda here to talk strategy. We should have brought her in. I didn't think of it, but I want to hear your strategy, at least what you're willing to give up for this Sunday's PWR draft for the 21-22 season.
I'll just look at it like this. I'm looking at it as a full 12-month cycle. Basically this to WrestleMania, and just really kind of trying to hone in my predictions for 2021 into 2022, kind of what I think the scenario is going to look like for Money in the Bank, what it's going to look like for SummerSlam, what it's going to look like for Survivor Series, potential matchups, where people are at right now. The people that are doing well right now, but how are they going to, is it going to be a fair weather champion where you put a belt on somebody and, okay, we've been there, done that, and then they just drop to the middle of the card for the rest of the year. So I'm looking at it for what we got in front of us right now, and then what else is to come in the year, and that's about all of my strategy I'm going to give you. I know what you're trying to do. I know you're trying to pick this brain, and it ain't working.
I'll tell you who I've got my eye on as well, and I want you to tell me who you got your eye on as well in just a little bit. Here's who I have my eye on. Anybody that's got gold. There's the strategy right there. Nothing, Matthew Thomas, I'm more than happy to offer my strategy up loud and in front and in person. I will tell you my strategy. I'm going to be getting gold. I'm going to continue to get gold. So I will draft as many champions as I can, and then I will draft the people that will take the championships from them. So when they lose the belts, I'll be there to pick up the belts. There's the strategy right there.
Interesting, and my strategy is going as many unsigned people as I can because nobody else is going to pick them up.
Hey, you go right for it. Now, don't forget, folks, don't forget, AEW is in the roster pool as well. So that means the men's and the women's competitors from AEW, as well as NXT. So it's not just Raw, SmackDown. It's also NXT and AEW. Now, any AEW pay-per-view will count as double points. I wanted to do this last year when I had Kenny Omega win the championship, and I wanted to nitpick and say, hey, wait a minute, he's on pay-per-view. I know it's an Impact pay-per-view, but don't I, get double points for Impact pay-per-view? Well, no, it doesn't work that way. The only pay-per-views that are going to count are going to be the AEW pay-per-views and the WWE branded pay-per-views, which is Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. So, guys I have to watch, honestly, let's talk about the King of Swing. That is the man that is on his way up. You're always going to do good by Braun Strowman, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre. You're also always going to do good with guys like Kevin Owens who show up on pay-per-views just to be on pay-per-view. You got to have those talents. New Day, you can never go wrong with the New Day. And AJ Styles, regardless if he's in a tag team with Omos or if he's on a single run, AJ Styles is a guy that will score points for you. So, folks, I want you to tune in this Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. Pay attention to all our socials on Facebook, on social media, on Twitter, on Stitcher, on Sprecher Root Beer, on all these places that you'll listen to us, YouTube and every other place, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. This Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 Central, we will be doing the 21-22 season of the PWR Draft. Matthew Thomas, I would like to apologize in advance for next year's gloating as I win again. However, I'm not going to apologize for being good at something.
Well, and here's what we can do in Dallas. We can celebrate, a year late. We can celebrate your victory, your pillar post victory, and we can celebrate my victory. So it'll be good. It'll be good, Meathead. We'll get to share our parade.
You wouldn't think it, but I am a guy who loves a parade.
Oh, absolutely. It's not enough. Not enough good parades anymore. And I think we're going to definitely change that come Dallas next year.
All righty. Well, we are set. This is the end of the week. We will talk to you guys Sunday. Get ready, folks. It is time for the repeat season, the championship season of the man they call Meathead. The PWR Today Draft, the 21-22 season, kicks off this Sunday. For Matthew Thomas, for Linda Kay, I'm the man they call Meathead. Hey, thanks for stopping by. So long, everyone.